second thoughts, we never have regrets. We give our total effort, we always give our best. We never make excuses, we never choose to fail. We always stand committed, we never choose to bail. We're always in position, at attention in our place. We never stop believing, we never lose the faith. We are always motivated, we are always inspired. We are always dedicated, we're always on fire. We all that, we bad, we wild.
What's good, everyone? This is Darrell D. Kelly, and I want to take the time to thank you for joining in once again on my midweek motivation. I know y'all missed me last time because I wasn't in. I was doing some traveling, making a couple of television appearances, but it's all good. I'm back this week, and we are on episode number 9. And today's midweek motivation topic just so happens to be my favorite word, and it's the word change. Think about that, the word change. So simply, let me define it for you. One definition of the word change means to make different or to alter. Think about that, to make something different or to alter it. So when you're making changes, that means you're altering something for the purpose of making a difference, right? So we're going to look at that word today. The word is change. Now, this could be external. It could be internal. Something that you have to do in the environment, something you have to do externally, or something you have to do within. A change, changing yourself in some way, altering yourself in some way. But we're talking about changing for the better, right? So it could be a partial change. It could be a complete change. Some things in life bring us to a point of complete change. And it's okay, especially when we're changing for the better. So think about this. I thought about based on that definition that change means to make different or to alter, what in your life needs to be altered? All right, so that's where we are. When we're dealing with motivation, what is it in me? What is it about me? What is it around me that needs to be altered? Something that I can make different, something that needs to be changed so that my whole situation is improved, all right? So, once again, I thought about clothing. There have been times when I've bought, a new suit. And of course, it had to be fitted. It had to be altered. It needed some alterations made to it. But think about this. The only reason I'm having it altered is so that it will properly fit. See, that I'm making my point right now. What is it in your life that you're willing to alter so that things will properly fit? Can you look at your life and see, are there things in my life that don't properly fit? I mean, it could be in relationships, all right? You could have someone in your life who's not a good fit for your overall progress. Are you willing to alter that? It could be in the area of attitude. Maybe people around you have a certain type of attitude or a certain type of mentality that works against what you're trying to do. It's not a good fit. So you're finding yourself struggling within, fighting against people who don't have the same ideas that you have. They don't have the same passion that you have. They're not going in the same direction that you're going, and you're kind of like stuck. But are you willing to make that change? Are you willing to alter that? Maybe it's in communication, right? How you talk to people, how people talk to you, how you give information, how you receive information. Are you talking to me or are you talking at me? Look at yourself, do a self-evaluation and see if how I am talking to others is a good fit for my overall effectiveness, because I don't want to just be saying something, but I want to be communicating something so that change can happen, so that something can be made different, so that something can improve, so that something can be successful, all right, including other people around me. Health and fitness, all right, things that we need to change what we consume. Some of you are in that place where you have to change what it is you're taking into your actual physical body. Why? Because it will improve the overall wellness that you have. So we're talking about change. Those are just a few examples of things that we may have to look at changing as we evaluate how we're taking our life to a whole nother level. So once again, the definition of the word change means to make different or to alter something. So with that, before we close up out of here, I want to leave you with 3 thoughts about change, okay? As you look at ideas and areas to change in your own life. The first thought is this: where there is no challenge, there is no change. Think about that. Where there is no challenge, there is no change. When challenges come, it will either make us step up to the plate, step up to the responsibility of taking that challenge head on, or it'll make us back away. And we'll kind of have that hope that it'll all just kind of disappear on its own, right? But when you want to create changes in your life, you have to accept the challenge. So if I have a mindset of focus and determination, when I see the challenge arise, I will be empowered to turn that challenge into an opportunity for change. Ooh. When challenges come up in your life, do you see it as an opportunity to create change? Where there is no challenge, there is no change. Many times in our life, our true potential, and you'll find this to be true, take notice of this, your true potential is not even really discovered until you have been challenged. I remember my athletic days, I didn't know I could reach a certain speed in track and field until I was properly challenged to do my best. Instead of running against the other contestants or racers or runners in the track and field event, to actually run against the clock, to run against time. I was challenged, and then I found out I could run faster than what I was actually running, because now I'm not running to race somebody, but now I'm running because I want to get to a certain time. Just simple things like that. So when we have been challenged, then we find out what kind of potential we really carry on the inside of us. All right, so show me a person who's not making any changes in their life. Show me a person who's not making any changes to do anything greater, do anything better, do anything different. And I'll show you someone who's not being challenged enough to really tap into that seed of greatness that they have on the inside. It's quite that simple, all right? Number 2, second thought on change is this: changing your surroundings can change your momentum. Now see, somebody's been waiting to hear that right there. Like, okay, do I need to stay where I am, or do I need to move over to this place? I'm not telling you to move, but I'm telling you that a change of your surroundings could change your momentum. When you get to a point in your life when changes need to be made, it is important that you consider your surroundings, okay? In many cases, the mentalities of the people around you can drain you. I'm telling this to be true. They can drain you of the momentum that you need to press consistently and confidently into something new. Not everyone is looking forward to your success. I hope you realize that. Not everyone is going to have the kind of reaction that you desire. They're not going to have they don't share the same excitement that you share for your goals. They don't have the passion that you would expect. And you'll be left sometimes feeling somewhat discouraged by people you thought was, in your circle and had your back, but they really don't care about it as much as you care about it, because, hey, you have to go for what your dream is. All right, so I'm just saying, changing your surrounding could be the break that you need that would cause you to get rid of people who would simply be a distraction. All by changing your surroundings. So think about that. Changing your surroundings can change your momentum. Now, having said that, the opposite is also true, that if you have people around you who have the right mentality, well, then that atmosphere can propel you into something greater. You see? So they can propel you. And lastly, number 3, my last thought on the word change, that's all I'm talking about today, is change. Changing for the better. Make changes for the better. That's my favorite word, change. And this is the last one. You must change your way of thinking to change your circumstances. You must change your way of thinking to change your circumstances. The situations that we find ourselves in, think about it, are often the result of what we were thinking at the time. And when we have regrets in life, it's usually because of what? We wish we had made a different decision. We wish we could go back and change something. That's why we have regrets, because there was something that we wish we could have changed, right? But usually, and I'm going to say this, the good news is that once you begin changing the way you think, you start to then increase your capacity for changing the situation. You can change your health situation. You can change a family situation. You can change relationship situations. You can change business situations. You can change your spiritual situation. Why? Because now that you're changing the way you think, you increase your capacity to change the situation. Any area that captures your main focus is the area that's going to shape your life. It's the area that's going to shape your future. So when you're making changes for the better, don't complain about how hard and how difficult the change is, but rather celebrate the better that your life is becoming. Did you catch that? When making changes for the better, think about those two words, changes and better. Changes for the better, all right? Don't just complain about how hard the change is, but celebrate the better that your life is becoming. That's good stuff right there. All right, so having said all that, I want you to understand that you don't have to be afraid, or you don't have to hesitate to make changes, especially when you're changing for the better. All right, so look, it's been great having you join back with me as we kind of get back in the flow of my midweek motivations. Thank you for tuning in once again. And so basically, until next time, this is Darrell D. Kelly telling you, change is good if you change for the better. I'll talk to you next time.